Ladies and gentlemen, Chag Sameach, Tu Bishvat Sameach. My name is Nathan Busher, part of Jewish Young Professionals together with Rabbi Menachem Evers. I think we see his Instagram account now in the screen. And who you also see in the screen is his younger brother, all the way from Miami, Florida, the Cocktail Rabbi, born as Noach Evers. Before we give Noach not just the floor, but also the bar, let me just bring to you a small joke, which very much is in place, I think, tonight with the cocktail workshop for Tu Bishvat. Here it comes. In an effort to better understand his Jewish constituents, the Gentile mayor reached out to a popular local rabbi. So the rabbi invited the mayor to spend Shabbat at his home. The rabbi made Kiddush wine Friday night on a full cup of wine. Then after the fish, he made a l'chaim on some fine scotch. The main course came with Israeli wine. The next day in shul after services, they made Kiddush on wine, followed by herring, crackers, and a few l'chaims on schnapps. They went home and the rabbi made Kiddush for his family on another cup of wine. Some l'chaim after the fish, a nice single malt scotch with the chulant, and some more wine with the grace after the meals. And when it got dark, the rabbi made Havzalah on yet another cup of wine. Then over supper, they enjoyed more wine and Scotch whiskey. The mayor said to the rabbi, "Thank you for sharing with me, your Shabbat with me. I had a wonderful time. And while I still don't understand why you can't turn on the lights on and off on Shabbat, I definitely understand why you cannot drive on Shabbat." Ladies and gentlemen, the Cocktail Rabbi from Miami, Florida.
Should I say a very short, nice thought? Nathan, thank you for your beautiful joke. I'll just say a very short, nice thought for Tu Bishvat. On Tu Bishvat, it says, Ki hadam etz hasadeh, a man is compared to a tree. And the same way, like one of the things we celebrate on Tu Bishvat now, the days are slowly getting longer, and there's more light coming in the world. And what do we see? The more light there is in the world, the slower the trees are starting to open up and starting to grow better and bigger and nicer. So the same way is for a person. The more light you give a person, the more positivity you give to a person, you shine on a person, the more it grows and the more it shines and the more it bears fruit and the more it can give fruits to others. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
All right, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. So after all those beautiful words and good joke, let's start. First and foremost, when it comes to cocktails, it's about the connection between the different flavors. It's very similar to cooking. You're trying to get as many good flavors together as possible. It's sweet, sour, and an alcohol. And as you want to, you can incorporate some more flavors, but that's the foundation. So being that we are not working with hot products, but we're working with cold, you want to use sugar, but you want to use it in a cold fashion. So the best way to dilute sugar to make sure it works is by actually making what's called a simple syrup, which is if you want to take your sugar, I have over here, taken half a cup. I'm going to put that in my little bottle over here, or whatever jar you have that works. If you want to put a half a cup is about a perfect amount of sugar. You're going to have some leftover at the end of the day. Put a half a cup in the container that you have that seals properly, half a cup of sugar, and you add, I have over here my hot water, add half a cup of hot water as well. You put those two together, half a cup of each. Oops, make sure you don't make too much of a mess like I'm doing over here, but that's fine. And then you have what's called a simple syrup. This, at that point, you'll close it, you'll mix it up, make sure the sugar is incorporated nicely in the water. Right now, what you have is just a liquid form of sugar. This you can keep for quite a few weeks, actually, and it makes your life a whole lot easier when it comes to incorporating it into any other liquid. Just clean up after myself a little bit. So here, this is going to be important. And I know they sell it in stores as well, ready-made like this. Usually that comes with a bunch of other side ingredients which are not necessary in the cocktails and a bunch of other things which don't add in any flavor. Shake it a little bit, couple seconds, and here you see it's beautifully just clear, just water and sugar. That being said, my thing is not working. Here we go. So the Tu Bishvat cocktail workshop. Please feel free if you can. My Instagram is on the bottom. My brother's Menachem's Instagram is on the bottom. Follow us. You'll get more information. I try to post about a daily, once a week, a cocktail with an idea and a recipe, etc. If you like that, come and join. So let's start with the first cocktail of tonight. It's actually quite famously known as the whiskey smash. The ingredients we'll need is over here, the simple syrup. We will need a lemon. Let me point it out a little more so you can see it. A lemon. We will need mint, as well as a whiskey. Today I'm going to use for this one, I'm going to use Glenmorangie. Actually, if you don't have whiskey at home, you're also able to use any other kind of, not just whiskey, you can also use vodka would be good. Even gin would actually be very well with this. I don't know if tequila would work, but most other alcohols would work very well with this. So let's go through the different ingredients. We're going to start with 30 ml of lemon juice. So if you have a shot glass, generally the size of a shot glass is about 60 milliliters. So here we're going to start, squeeze down the lemon so it's easier to get all the liquids out. I have over here a lemon squeezer, squeeze out. Here we go. I need a little more than half. We'll put this over here on the side. When it comes to cocktails, being that we are dealing with such small amounts, it's quite important that we stick precisely to the amounts. Oops. You have it, the second mixing container that we spoke about. Here comes the cocktail shaker I'm going to use. Put in 30 milliliters, 1 ounce. I'm going to use the simple syrup, the sugar syrup. We're going to use 30 ml of that as well. That should come up right now. There we go. And we are going to use as well, we are going to use a couple of mint leaves. Actually, when it comes to mint, to wake them up, you should give them a little bit of a smack. Actually, if you smell the mint leaves now, before you smack them, and after, you'll notice a massive difference in smell. The smell much more strong, much more potent. After literally a little simple smack like that, I will put them inside our cocktail shaker. From there on, we're going to move on to our whiskey, which is going to be a double serving. So 60 milliliters of whiskey. I'm using the same. I over here have a jigger, but anything you use, which you can measure with, you can use that and use it twice with the same amount. Now, a lot of people feel that they get cheated when they go to a restaurant, go to a bar or whatever, and get a lot of ice. Truth being told, a lot of ice means that it stays cold for longer and less dilution. So actually, a lot of ice is a better thing. So I'm going to fill up my cocktail shaker over here with ice and going to give it a good, strong shake. Push it up. There we go. When it comes to the shaker, you want to put it on top, give it a nice good hit on the top. You'll see how it's straight over here. That will make sure there's a good seal. Smack it on top. The coldness is going to help with that, and we give it a good old shake. Open it up. Don't hit on the opposite side. You see over here straight, hit on this side, a little hit, the palm of your hand. There we go. Couple of hits, and here you have it. This one, actually keep it nice and easy. Don't strain it. Pour the whole thing into your glass. There you go. Keep the mint leaves in there. Gives a nice look. If you want to, you can take a nice mint leaf. And pour that on top, and there you go. Here is what's called a whiskey smash. Was that good, Menachem? Were you able to follow that? There you go, l'chaim. So you actually, the mint on top also allows the smell to come through. So you smell it as you're drinking it.
Very
L'chaim.
good. L'chaim.
Let's move on to the next. There we go. Strawberry highball. So for this, we're going to use, let me point down over here again, strawberries. So get the ingredients in, strawberries, some lemon juice again. Again, a little bit of our sweetness of a simple syrup. We'll need less because we are going to use the strawberries already sweet, so we need less. And I'm going to use for this one, I'm actually going to use a different whiskey just to change it up a little bit, just for fun. And I'm going to use this one, a Shildag, a whiskey I just found over here. It's actually a Scotch as well. Top it all up. Once you mix it all together, we'll top it off with a little bit of seltzer. This kind of cocktail is known as a built in the glass cocktail. So I'm actually going to get my glass. A tall glass would be perfect for this, as when you have a taller glass, the bubbles of the seltzer which we're going to put in are going to come up along the side. So what we're going to do first is actually I'm taking the strawberries and let me make some space over it. Get everything off my cutting board. Put the glass on the side. There we go. Strawberries. Take off the green. Wash them before already. Put them on the side. Cut them in half. And we're going to drop them straight into our glass. Here is where we're going to use the muddler. This, anything that you have with a flat bottom is going to work fine. You're going to go give it a nice few 5, 6 little pushes. Just squeeze it down a little bit to make sure it's purified. It's emulsified and will come into the drink. All right, so that's just 2 strawberries. We'll move on with a little bit of lemon juice. So we're going to do what's called 1 ounce and 1/4. So I still have some lemon juice from before. Finish that. Open up another lemon. This allows the oils of the peel to come out, as well as you are squishing it, which makes it easier for you to squeeze it afterwards. There we go. There we go. That's 30 milliliters. And we're going for 75. 30. Give me 1 second. I don't think that makes sense. Give me 1 second. Let me double check. 75 is a lot. Let me double check if I got that right. I think it's supposed to be less. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, it's not 75. There's 45. I apologize about that. 45 mil, 75 was a bit much. So please, I apologize about that. 45 mil of fresh lemon juice. Then we're going to do only 50 milliliters. Just a little bit of sugar because we have the sugar already of the strawberries, natural sugars. So we're going to have that already. We don't need to add too much more. I'm going to get myself a little spoon. I have a spoon. So we're going to mix it around a little. Make sure it's all nice and incorporated. Moving on to the whiskey. The whiskey we're having over here. The Shildag, we're going to do 60 ml of that. So 2 ounces. 1, and that is 2. Let's add some ice to this. And again, more ice is better. So we add quite a bit of ice to this. If you want to get fancy, you'll get clear ice. So we want to get ice sphere, even fancier. Make it look nice. And a bigger piece of ice, again, will dilute slower. Dilute slower means you have your drink for longer. Bear with me a second to get some ice. All the way. Perfect. Beautiful. And I'm going to mix this together. Trying to mix it all around. Make sure everywhere is incorporated. There you go. Finish it up with a bit of Roy Spa, seltzer, sparkling water to go over the top. And there you have the beautiful strawberry highball, whiskey strawberry highball. How does it taste to you, Chaim?
Chaim, very good.
Nathan, you following as well?
Of course. I'm getting thirsty over here.
All right, drink up. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
And now here, we're gonna do one more. See if you are, guys, a little bit of daredevils.
So just to be sure, in the slide we currently see the 75 milliliter has to be 45, right?
It's actually, give me 1 second. Let me just correct that.
Oh,
Give me 1 second. Actually, there we go. I'm gonna share my screen again. There we go. And let me catch up. There you go. That's
there
the
it
correct
is,
amount.
45 mil.
You have the correct amount of whiskey to lemon juice. Otherwise, it's going to be way too lemony. It's going to be way too dark. Let's go with the last one. The last one for tonight, add with sparkling water. Perfect. This is actually one of my first cocktails I started making. What got me into making more and more cocktails, and it got me more to enjoy it. There's so many different ways you can go about this. Let's start with it. I'm going to use actually a coupe glass. It's actually meant just to show you the nice layers. I'm actually going to go and get this one a little bit cold. So put some ice in there for now, and I'm going to put the ice back afterwards, just to cool the glass down a little bit, because this drink is not served with any ice. The drink itself doesn't contain any ice once I pour it into the glass. Therefore, I want to make sure the glass is cold to keep sure the drink remains as cold as possible. This drink is actually very, very simple. It's 1 part lemon, 1 part sugar, 2 parts alcohol. 1, 1, 2. Perfect. I'm going to wait 1 second. So being that it's the simplest concept, I've actually tried with different drinks, different cocktails as well, different kinds of alcohol, and it came out delicious as well. So we just put the glass on ice, that way the glass is nice and cold and it won't warm up my drink. Let's point this down again, and I'm going to use the cocktail shaker again. I'm going to use a nicer one this time. We're going to start with 30 milliliters of lemon juice again. Try to make sure to keep the lemon juice. If you want to switch them up, different cocktails have lime juice, but we try to keep it as simple as possible, as little ingredients as possible. And I need another lemon. There we go. And squeeze it in. Perfect. 30 ml lemon juice. Again, we use a sugar water, simple syrup. 30 ml of that again. Goes up so it doesn't spill. And for this one, I'm going to go for a nice, strong bourbon. So we'll contain the flavor, contain its integrity. Again, we're going to go, as I said, 1, 1, 2, 2 portions, 2 ounces, 60 ml of whiskey. I'm using a Woodford Reserve. Delicious to drink on its own. Actually, it's delicious whiskey as well. But now here, this one, I'm actually going to do something a little bit more tricky. For those of you that are ready to go, come along with me. I'm going to use an egg white. And the reason I'm using an egg white, not the whole egg, but just the egg white, is because it allows the drink to become frothy. So you see in the picture, the white foam that you see on top of the drink comes from the egg white. And the alcohol in the drink and the lime in the drink will actually take care of any contaminations or anything like that if you're concerned about that. So that's not an issue. Being that we're using an egg white, we actually going to double shake. First, I'm going to shake it without ice. I got a little bit. There we go. I'm going to close the strainer, close it again. And now I'm going to shake it without any ice in it to allow the drink, it all to get emulsified, just like if you are to whip eggs for a meringue. Just going to shake it up a little, give it a nice good hard shake. Once it's nice and shaken up, opening it up. And now I'm going to add some ice to cool it off. Again, the more ice you add, the colder and the faster it gets cold, the better it gets. Because you want not as much dilution, you just want it to get cold. There we go. Closing up the cocktail shaker again. That gives a good hard shake. Here we go. Let me just move this on the side. Here we have what's known as a coupe glass with the, see how the glass is nice and frothy. And here it's always exciting to see how it foams up as we pour. A little tricky, this cocktail shaker gets wet and ice. If I can get it open. We'll do this way. The cocktail strainer. Dry.
Nice, looking nice.
There. Go.
Shkayach.
Just want to touch it up a little. Take an orange. Take the peel of an orange. I used this one already before. And squeeze that over. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but all the oils come off. Rest that on top, just as so. And there we have a whiskey sour. L'chaim.
L'chaim. Wow, that looks good.
And then to remember, it's 6 hours time difference. So you're starting early today.
I'm going to have a fun day today. I'm not driving anymore. Should we try this one a little bit cooler? Should we soup this one up a little? Let me see if I can. Do you have the wine still or not? Let me see. No. I can just make it one step up just for looks. Top it out with a little bit of wine. Look at this. This is what's known as a New York sour. You take a spoon, put it right over the top, add a little bit of wine. If you do it correctly, you're supposed to get a nice layer on top of wine. Didn't really work today, but that's down to the bottom. But sometimes it works. sometimes we do right. It will have a nice layer of white, red, and then the yellow of the drink on the bottom. Nevertheless, it is delicious. L'chaim.
Chaim.
That's good.
Beautiful. Big round of applause for Naya.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Noah.
much, Joey. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something.
A Chag Sameach to everybody who joined us and who will join us later when we share this video. It was great having you from the other
Thank
side
you.
of the world.
It was a pleasure doing it. Here's the roundup of the 3 cocktails put together.
Beautiful. I guess you have a lot of guests on during weekdays or maybe even on Shabbat with your.
Every week I have people coming over, come and say l'chaim. A lot of fun.
Exactly. Maybe you, Menachem, did you also make some notes during this presentation? Menachem? Is he still there?
Yeah,
I
made some cocktails. That's what I made.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because the next time I come to your place, and also other
remember the
people,
notes.
I think we're expecting more than just whiskey this time.
Okay, we just did a real whiskey.
Okay, so from all the way from New York, Mr. Cocktail Rabbi Noah Evers, thank you so much. I'm sure you will get more followers on Instagram.
Yes.
Cocktail Rabbi on Instagram. It was great.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Take care. Be well.
So much.
Take care.
Chag Sameach to the whole family, and hopefully we see you again soon, and maybe even in Amsterdam.
Yes. When I'm there, I'm happy to make you a cocktail. See you around then.
Okay, all the best.
All right.
Chag Sameach. Bye bye.
Bye.